Oh, oh, I see. Yeah, shows recording. Yay! Okay, well, everyone, this is another edition of Chamber Chat. We are all in different places, so this is how remote teleconferencing works. We're hoping with technology it's going to work as well. We know the Zoom is working, but we just don't know about the Facebook Live. We have LeAngela, the Executive Director of the Evans Center, on with us today, along with Keith G., the Executive Director of the Children's Hunger Project, and Carolina Rojas, our Chief Engineer at the Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce, and no signs behind us today. Unfortunately, we all are in our own little world. So, but this is brought to you by the Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce, and we're thrilled to have you on with us. Each one, we're going to kind of talk about services that are out there and available. We know as things get unfortunately more dire and people aren't working and needing services, we're looking for what social services are out there. I just want to tell you about one thing though that came down later yesterday afternoon, which was called the Keeping Workers Paid and Employed Act. And so this is going to prevent workers from losing their jobs and small businesses from going under due to economic losses caused by the coronavirus pandemic. So the plan is to provide cash flow assistance through 100% federally guaranteed loans to employers who maintain their payroll during this emergency. If employers maintain their payroll, the loans would be forgiven, which would help workers to maintain employed and affected small businesses and our economy to quickly snap back after the crisis. The proposal would be retroactive to March 1st, 2020 to help bring workers who may have already been laid off back onto payrolls. So we're having this information. I think I have forwarded it to Carolina. She will get it out in our weekly Chamber Intel. We're trying to also put this on our Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce Facebook. If you have not signed up for the Chamber Intel, please send us an email. We will get you into our system so that you receive these weekly updates. Frankly, we're doing them more on weekly. As soon as we're getting information, we're getting it out to you to help you. So please, our Facebook is probably the best one to go to, the Greater Palm Bay Chamber. It just has most current information. Every time I'm sending stuff, I know Caroline's getting it out there. I'm trying to post things on there. So we really hope that you're able to follow along with us. So I'm going to turn it over now, though, to Keith G., and he can tell us what the Children's Hunger Project is doing. I know that so many are concerned about children not having food now that they're out of school, and for some, you know, the Children's Hunger Project was their weekend food. So we're certainly hoping that we're able to reach those children. So Keith, if you can update us, we're certainly thrilled to hear your information.
Before Keith starts, we are already Facebook Live, so welcome to all our attendees to this webinar, Chamber Chat, that we are going to talk about community services. So if you have questions, please leave them on our Facebook page or here in our webinar directly. So, sorry.
Hi, everyone. So this is certainly a challenging time for a lot of our children here locally. School is one or maybe the only reliable source of food that they have in their lives. So what the Children's Hunger Project does normally is provide weekend food packets for these kids who receive free breakfast and free lunch Monday through Friday. But the problem is that lunch on Friday is oftentimes their last nutritious meal. Now those meals are have been gone for a week. Starting Monday, the school district is opening up 13 food distribution sites, and I'm going to go through the list for you, but there's information on the Children's Hunger Project website or the Brevard Public Schools website on those locations and times. There you're going to get a breakfast and a lunch every day. And then on Friday, so a week from today, the Children's Hunger Project is going to be there providing a weekend packet of food for anyone who comes through the line. So let me just go through a little bit. So I mentioned there's 13 sites. It's Mims Elementary School, Coquina Elementary School. Those are both Mims and Titusville. Atlantis Elementary in Port St. John. Cambridge Elementary School in Cocoa, Gulfview Elementary in Rockledge, Mila Elementary School in Merritt Island, Central Middle School in Melbourne, Club Esteem in Melbourne, Sherwood Elementary in Melbourne, University Park in Melbourne, Jupiter Elementary in Palm Bay, Sunrise Elementary in Palm Bay, and Turner Elementary in Palm Bay. And then they've just recently added Cape View, which is a beachside school. What they're trying to do is cover the entire county with these schools that are geographically located so that families and kids can get to these sites. There's going to be food service Monday through Friday next week. The meals will be distributed to any child 18 years or younger. Each child will receive a package containing one breakfast and one lunch. That's Monday through Friday. To ensure social distancing, Brevard Public Schools requests that parents drive into the bus loop of the school, release their trunk. A Brevard school employee will place one meal package per child in the trunk of the vehicle. The cafeteria and the buildings are not open. There's no restroom facilities there. It really literally is just drive through the bus loop, get your meals, and then go home. Again, next Friday, the Children's Hunger Project will be there with our volunteers distributing weekend packets for those kids that are interested in that as well. The Brevard Public Schools has been a huge partner for the Children's Hunger Project since the beginning of our organization 10 years ago. And so I'm just thankful for the leadership here in the county that have stepped up to establish these sites, and the fact that they put all of these parameters in place. The serving times are 10:30 to 1:30 every day next week. They have the resources. They're going to be providing a service that is just huge for our county right now, and the Children's Hunger Project is proud to partner with them to help support those families as well.
Perfect. So one more time, Keith, can you say the days and the times for the schools then?
Sure. So there's 13 sites starting next Monday, Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 1:30 at each of those schools. You do, basically all you need to do is drive up into the bus loop, release your trunk. A Brevard County employee will put a breakfast and a lunch package in your car, one per child. And that'll be Monday through Friday next week, 10:30 to 1:30. All of those sites are listed on the Children's Hunger Project website, the Brevard Public Schools website, so you can get more information there.
And do they have to bring the children with them or hold up how many fingers for how many kids they have, or how are you going to know how many children?
They do need to have, the child does need to be in the car. So if they have multiple children, all of them do need to be in the car. Okay.
And is there a minimum age? Like, do they have to be of kindergarten age, or?
They haven't specified that to me, so I don't know the answer to that. It is 18 years and younger. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be carding kids to get proof of ID. It'll probably just be a benefit of the doubt. For me, I say when in doubt, feed them. If they're and they look like they're maybe 19, give them a food packet.
Got ya. Okay. And I was thinking younger ones too, so there's no.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's great. And then, excuse me, do you have any, it is just allergies. Do you have any information on any other resources? Like, I know we were talking before about the sharing center. Unfortunately, all my documents are on my desk at work, so I don't have them to be able to give the update on that.
I do. So the South Brevard Sharing Center is feeding today. They're feeding a to-go lunch if you stop by there, but they are closing at the end of the day today, so they will not be open next week. The Sharing Center of Central Brevard is serving one of those to-go meals. They will continue next week. Daily Bread is doing the same thing. They are serving today, and next week you get a to-go meal if you stop by there. They also have showers available, although they are putting a limit on the amount of people that can come through daily for showers, because they are doing more cleaning and disinfecting during those times. There is clothing services there at the Daily Bread as well. And they are actually continuing all of their other services. One of the most important ones for me is housing. I talked to the executive director just a few hours ago, and he was telling me about a family that they just found housing for on Tuesday of this week. So that is one where you talk about being in this strange environment that we're all in now, and not having the stability of regular housing. So for that family, Daily Bread is just doing amazing work in our community. So I want to thank Jeff and the rest of his team over there. They do amazing work.
So what about the food pantry though? So people aren't able to go into the sharing center now to get anything from the food pantry?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep, that is correct. I did reach out to the Salvation Army and the North Brevard Sharing Center. I have not heard back from them. So I'm not sure if they are open, if they have any services. I do want to recommend that folks go to the 211 website, 211 Brevard. They have an excellent list of food pantries on their website. There's 15 of them listed there. I reached out to a couple yesterday and today and have not heard back. It is difficult to get a hold of these places. Some of them are faith-based churches, or they've gone down to limited staff, so getting information is difficult. But if you go on there, there's 15 sites that are listed on that website, and I would either reach out to them, or if they're close, you just go over there and see if they still have services.
Perfect. I saw somebody just pop up on our screen saying that they have a food pantry in Palm Bay that was open. It was a church, because I know St. Vincent de Paul is also open. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 9 to 11:30. I could be wrong, but that's one to check. They're right on Malabar Road.
We have here Gary Hale saying that God's Pantry Ministry is open every Wednesday, drive-through, 1 p.m. at 2220 Port Malabar Boulevard Northeast, Risen Savior Lutheran Church. It's across from Veterans Park.
Oh, great. That's Risen Savior.
That's
okay.
Great.
So we'll post the information that we get to send out to people. I'm not sure what they're going to be accessing. I think 211 Brevard is probably perfect to reach out to, but they can get overwhelmed as well. So if we can put some of those services on our Facebook page, we'll get those out as well. I know people were cut off when we first started. Just for employers to know, I just wanted to read the new, well, it's called Keeping Workers Paid and Employed Act. So I know I'm repeating it for the people on Zoom, but for those that joined us on Facebook, this is a new loan that is coming out. It's to prevent workers from losing their jobs and small businesses from going under due to economic losses caused by the coronavirus pandemic. The plan would provide cash flow assistance through 100% federally guaranteed loans to employers who maintain their payrolls during this emergency. If employers maintain their payrolls, the loan would be forgiven, which would help workers to remain employed and effective small businesses and our economy to quickly snap back after the crisis. It would be retroactive back to March 1st, 2020 to help bring workers who have already been laid off back onto payrolls. So we'll have the information for that on our website and on our Facebook page. That's really the best place to look, is our Facebook page. I do have other assistants out there, but let's talk to LeAngela with the Evans Center, because I know they're still open and have food available. So if we're able to turn on to LeAngela, is that?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Is that too loud?
No, you're good.
Okay, great. So yes, we are here, still open in the area where we are in northeast section of Palm Bay. And we will be open until further guidelines from the governor or either the Centers for Disease Control. We're planning to be open. We have been serving the kids in the community with free meals. Up until today will be our last day serving, so it's a great thing that the Children's Hunger Project and Self-Esteem, I talked to Miss Elena, that they will be serving breakfast and lunch for the children, which is right here in the exact same community. as we are. The struggle that we were concerned about was the closest school that was providing those same meals through the project was university, but we were happy to learn that Club Esteem would be providing meals for the children. What we have been doing is accepting donations from community members who wanted to provide, beyond today, provide meals for the children as they come in. So as that money continues to come in, we will continue serving the community. We will be serving breakfast starting at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday.
Wow.
Lunch starts at 11:30 Monday through Saturday until we're given directions that we have to shut down, which I'm hoping that doesn't happen. In addition to that, we're also offering those meals at a discounted rate. So we're cutting back the cost of those meals through another program that we have.
And the general public can come in and get breakfast, lunch, and dinner at your facility still, correct?
Absolutely, that's open to anyone to come in. And we know that a lot of the stores in this community, the shelves are pretty much going bare, but we're still fully stocked right now. We have full menus. We have, because we shop at a distance from here sometimes. So we're able to get in and get some products that the community needs. So we're happy about that as well. So some of the items that you're not going to find at Publix or Walmart, we don't have as many, but we do have those items on our shelf. And again, we still have hot foods here that we can provide to-go meals for the public.
Can you give your address again too? So because I don't think we heard your address. So if you don't mind giving, and your hours, please.
Okay, sure. We're at 1361 Florida Avenue Northeast. It's 1361 Florida Avenue Northeast. Our hours are Monday through Saturday, 7 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock p.m.
Wow.
Until further notice.
That's great. And is there anything else? I know you said Club Esteem was looking at distributing some food for children. Are there any other services that you're aware of that are helping or people are able to access?
So at this point, I have been reaching out to the other organizations in the community, and I have not learned of anyone else. Even the churches at this point, I have not learned of anyone else that's providing any services for the community at this point. But we're constantly in, just as you all are experiencing, everything changes by the hour.
Right.
So anything can be happening. I do know that at the dock, which is our sister company, some of the children in that community are based on the needs of their families. They're able to provide some daycare for some of the teenagers there. So it's just a few at this point, but they are providing that service for families.
And where are they located? And what?
They're in the Oak Galley area.
Okay.
And so if anyone is interested in finding out if there's some support there, I can give you, or any opportunity. I'm not sure what the guidelines are for them because of the social distancing that's required. But
Nancy, I know Ascension Catholic Church is working on getting food packages to the dock. They're one of our regular partners, and they have some food in inventory. So they are going to be packaging up food, and one of the places they wanted to take it was to the dock.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that some of these places, like they're still taking donations of food, right? I know everybody's kind of hoarding a bit, but it's not going to take that long then before these social service places are going to run out of food.
The Children's Hunger Project is accepting donations. We have a donation bin outside our door so people can stop by anytime. They don't have to see anybody. They don't have to touch anybody. They can just put their food donation in the bin. That is one of the things that I am working on constantly, is making sure that our supply chain is still up and running, and that we're able to get more food. And we are ordering food almost on a daily basis right now to make sure we have enough inventory to ensure that these kids get fed.
Well, that's awesome. That's great.
What is the location of the Children Hunger Project?
We're located at 1855 West King Street in Cocoa. That's Highway 520 up in Cocoa.
Okay.
Okay, wow. Well then, I've got a couple more resources for small business, federal and state guidance. So there's the U.S. Small Business Administration coronavirus small business guidance and loan resources. So we'll put all of this on our website, and like I said, we'll definitely get it in our Facebook page or on our Facebook page. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Oh, you gotta love this Cortana, I think. Okay, how do I get her off? Maybe later. There we go. That works. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that's not impacting anything. All I see is a weird screen now. So the other is, like I said, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, interim guidance for business and employers. There's the U.S. Department of Labor guidance on preparing workplace for COVID-19. We did see that they're looking at, did I just lose you guys?
No, we can still see you.
Oh, okay.
Everything is working, yeah.
You're still here.
I'm clicking buttons and I'm not seeing anything. Well, at least our taxes now don't have to go in until July 15th. So that was one thing that came through today. So they've postponed them from April 15th. So the U.S. Department of Labor has the guidance on preparing workplaces for COVID-19. The Florida Department of Health has what you need to know about COVID-19 in Florida. There's disaster financial assistance. So the Florida Small Business Emergency Bridge Loan Program. I did mention that when we did the webinar with Randy Fine, Florida Representative Randy Fine. That one is up to $50,000. So that's kind of like a bridge until you get the low interest SBA loans. So, so that's kind of one. There's the SBA disaster assistance. There's the SBA economy injury disaster loan. There's the bartender emergency assistance program. Of course, our 211 Brevard, which we always say to call. United Way COVID-19 Community Response and Recovery Fund. I think they are looking at loosening up some funds to have available for the community. So then for communication, if you're looking to try and know the facts, there's the Center for Disease Control, of course. Alert Florida is one, the Florida Department of Health. They have a hotline, actually, if you're wanting to call that. It's 1-866-779-6121. They also have an email address or a website to go to, so we'll make sure this is all up on our Facebook page. We have the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the Coronavirus Response Toolkit, the Responding to Disaster Tips from the Front Line. That's from the U.S. Chamber as well. Small Business Recovery Expanded Guide. There's the Florida SBDC Network. The resources to help your small business survive the coronavirus. The Florida Health Department is talking about social distancing. I think at this time we're all trying to just quarantine ourselves. Preventing a virus from disrupting your business. I think we all know that we're all having disruptions, but it's talking about 6 different steps to sort of go through. And then business damage assessment survey. They were wanting businesses to take the survey so that they get an idea of how much people are impacted. I've already had 2 of our members call that they are closing, and that's, you know, just I think the start of things. So if you can fill out that business damage assessment survey that they were, you know, Governor DeSantis was wanting to get information so they can make good decisions, please do that. All this information is on the Greater Palm Bay Chamber Facebook page. And we send out our intel every week. We're sending out more than just one, because as we get the information, we're sending that out. So if you are not getting our emails, please reach out and send us your email address. We'll get you added in. You don't have to be a member to get this. We're getting it out to everybody.
Nancy, and some information for the general population. Space Coast Area Transit is operating normally. They're actually adding buses to their heavier used routes. So for folks that are trying to get out and get to some of these services that don't have a car, Space Coast Transit is still there ready to help us. From what I understand, all utilities in Brevard County have suspended any shut-off services, so no one's going to lose water or power because they can't pay their bill. And then I just wanted to talk a little bit about Meals on Wheels. As we probably all know, one of the hardest hit populations with this coronavirus is our elderly. Meals on Wheels is still continuing to service our area seniors. They are in desperate need of volunteers. So if somebody wants to reach out to Meals on Wheels, if you have some time to volunteer and help provide some meals and drive to help our seniors who are typically shut in, now they're really isolated. So it's very important that we support that population as well.
Well, and I know Rob Rains was saying part of the problem with that is that drivers and stuff have to have background checks, and they're looking to see how they might be able to expedite this. And the one thing is they're not going into seniors' homes. They're leaving the food on the doorstep, and so there isn't any contact. So I'm sure for a lot of people that, you know, might have an hour and a half to just take a day to help out, they will definitely need the assistance, because as you say, the seniors, they already were facing, you know, difficulties, and aging matters did not have enough volunteers. So we really want to make sure that all those seniors that are requesting food service, that, you know, they're going to get something delivered to their home.
So we want to say hello again to our attendees here in our Zoom platform. Gary Health, Ileana Perez, Jennifer Valier, Sarah Almond, Tracy Strotter. If you guys want to make any questions or comment something about community resources that we can know, it's in the panel for you to write, please, now.
Were there any on Facebook? Any queries on Facebook?
We don't have any questions.
Okay.
The questions are already asked, but we have, I mean, a number of people watching us on Facebook.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if anybody there has other resources or things that they know of. This is one where we really wanted to talk about you know, resources that are going to be out there in the community as things progress. I think that's the need is going to be greater and greater, and I think there'll probably be fewer and fewer places to be able to go. So we certainly appreciate what everyone, you know, we're a community and we're doing this together, and you know, we'll continue to have chamber chats and bring information out as we can. We're going to try and keep them at 2 o'clock so we're consistent. All being well, looked like this worked okay today. We did get on Facebook, so thank you, Carolina, for doing that. The chamber office, just so you know, the Greater Palm Bay Chamber of Commerce, currently we have closed the doors. We are working remotely. We will let you know when we're able to open. We are able to get mail there. As of Monday, we are getting a mail slot put in. So I'll be going by the chamber and picking up the information and making sure that I disseminate it to the team. So I want to thank Cindy Hunt and Patricia Lucky, you know, Pat Lucky and Carolina. Really, the four of us are trying to be here for you guys and to work to make sure we get information out to everybody and to really help businesses. We know this is a really challenging time for those businesses. We're saying if they're able to, because we want to make sure we're here for you. If you're able to, this is just a little plea on our part. Pay your membership dues, your renewing dues. We are more than happy to take those and keep our doors open. And we have opportunities to kind of sponsor. So if you want to get your logo out, because we're still doing business. And so if you want to sponsor any of the chamber chats, we certainly appreciate anything that you're able to do. But really, I mean, we're just all doing what we can, and look at the different resources. We will get those posted on, like I said, our Facebook is probably the quickest one, and don't hesitate, because you want to get into the queue with, you know, getting the loans. Somebody was saying that the banks are starting to already get a little nervous and clamp down on things. So if you are looking for the resources, reach out immediately and get into get the information about how they can help your business. So is there anything else, anybody else that, oh, when will the next Zoom meeting be? Okay, well, Gary, I'm not sure. So with this one, I'm supposed to be driving my folks back to Canada, but that was kind of postponed, and now we think the borders are going to be closed. So we may be able to do another one Monday. We don't have any guests lined up. So we are looking to see if who we can get to come on. I think one of the important aspects will be mental health. I'm looking to see if there might be somebody that can kind of talk in the time of this anxiety and stress, what we can do. And I know, yeah, I said, I don't want to hear do yoga and go for a walk, you know, but what are some other things that we're able to do to kind of, you know, deal with things. And this is going to be a long-term problem. This isn't going away anytime soon. And I think as people become more isolated with this, and it can be weeks if the government decides to self-isolate everyone, for some people that's going to be very, very difficult. So we just want to make sure that we're bringing some tips and even some services, because I know there are some organizations, I'm not sure if they're still doing some group counseling. So if we can get kind of that lined up, I'm looking at maybe Monday at 2 o'clock, all being well. So please check our Facebook page for that as well. Carolina sends out the invitation and you can click on it and then just immediately register for our chamber chat. So all we can keep saying is just check our Facebook page, because that's where we're posting everything. But thank you, Gary. We're going to try for another one Monday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we have a post from Tracy saying that everythingbrevard.com is allowing anyone hosting virtual events like this one to post on their website at no charge.
Oh, great. And Tracy, does she have any other resources? Because I know she's throughout the whole county, so I didn't know if she had any resources that she wanted to oh, somebody,
okay.
Ileana
Yes.
Perez, you saw that too? Okay, so if you want to read that one, but I don't know if Tracy has any other resources that she would like to mention.
Yeah, maybe while Tracy gets some other information, we're going to have this.
Okay.
Because it's a thing. Is Ileana Perez from Wells Fargo. She says, Wells Fargo is helping small businesses issues arising from COVID-19. Wells Fargo is committed to helping our small business customers experiencing hardships, including from the coronavirus disease, COVID-19. In the case of a small business customers impacted by issues related with this virus, they can call at 800-219-9739 to speak with a trained specialist to discuss options available for their small business lending and deposit products. Any customer whose business may have been affected by the outbreak of coronavirus can request a payment deferment and waiver of late fees for up to 90 days.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Can you say the 1-800 number again for that? And yeah.
Yes, it's 800-219-9739.
Okay.
Customers of Wells Fargo.
Oh, that's great. So if we could get that on our page after this as well, just to for people to be able to refer back to. That's great.
Yeah, and Tracy says that she doesn't have any other information besides that we already shared.
Okay. Well, I think we covered the ones that we wanted to talk about. LeAngela, did you have anything else that you thought of that you wanted to add?
Thank you, Nancy, but no,
Okay.
that's it for us.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad you're open for the public, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One more time, what's your address and your hours?
The
So that they've
address,
got, yeah.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. The address is 1361 Florida Avenue Northeast, and we are open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., serving in our deli, hot breakfast and lunch and dinner, and we are serving those meals at a discount during this time.
And what's your special for today? Do you have something cooking up there?
Sure, today is
Friday.
Seafood Friday, so we
Seafood
have
Friday.
fish and shrimp today.
Oh,
And of
wow.
course, our great wings.
Oh,
my gosh.
excellent. Well,
We
we're
have-
glad you're serving the public, and we really appreciate all that you're doing, LeAngela.
Sure, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share what we're trying to do in the community.
Absolutely. The Evans
Yeah.
Center is amazing, so we appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all,
Thank
too.
you. We have Randy. He's asking us on Facebook. I don't know if we have the answer, but we are just going to transfer the message. He says, are they planning on closing any state lines?
You know, that was an option that was kind of floated out there. I mean, it changes from moment to moment. I mean, I thought that we could get the folks across to Canada because they were letting Canadians in, but it looks like they are shutting down borders where nobody's going back and forth except, I don't know, probably transport trucks. That has not been ruled out. I'm not saying that it's happening anytime soon, but this seems to change moment by moment. I have to say at 3:45, I'm going to be on a webinar with the president. I'm not sure if he's saying anything different than what he said on his, statements that he has, the press conferences that he holds. We'll see. I think, they're trying to keep commerce going, but for the general population, they're seeing that if we do not self-quarantine, it just continues to grow and spike. And, unfortunately, when you see Italy and the number of cases, and they have self-quarantined and didn't do it as quickly as China, their cases are just unbelievable. And, this is a worldwide pandemic. So I think, they're making the decisions as they're going along and seeing the cases that are growing. We have more cases now in Florida, and the death toll is going up. So I wouldn't rule that out. We just have not heard when that might happen. If I do hear something from the webinar that I'm on with the president this afternoon, we will definitely get that posted on our Facebook page. So once again, please check the Greater Palm Bay Chamber website or Facebook page. I'm sorry, I keep saying website, but it's really our Facebook page that we can I can post on that. I know what I'm doing on that. So I think, yeah, just check our Facebook page, and any information that we get, we will post it. And I know you're kind of scrolling through information after information. I get that because we do post everything that we're getting coming across our desk. But please check that. That will be where the first place that we're going to put any breaking news or information that we get.
Thank you so much, Nance.
Thank you, Nancy.
I think
Okay.
that we are ready.
That's it. Okay, well, thank you all, and hopefully we'll have another chamber chat on Monday, all being well. And everyone, just be safe and be careful, and try and stay home. It may be time to start playing Parcheesi and the old Clue and all the other fun games we used to do. But yeah, be safe with your family and friends. This is not going to end quickly, and we all have to be patient. Unfortunately, we heard about those people on the front lines at Publix and grocery stores and Walmart being treated very rudely. And I mean, they really are putting their lives on the line for us, and they are, I'm sure, making minimum wage. So if we can all be civil to each other, and yeah, we're all in this together. So thank you all until our next chamber chat.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Nance. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.